Assalamualaikum and hi. In this video, I will give you some introduction applications of linear function. Alright, basically, since we are still discussing on linear function, there are two main functions, and they are the demand function and the supply function. Alright, but before that, let me explain on the horizontal axis and vertical axis. Okay, before this, we have in the form of x and y, right? X and y. But since we are discussing about applications of linear function, and our application area will be on business. Okay, so the horizontal axis now will represent the quantity. Okay, so that's why you have here Q. Q is for quantity, and then for the vertical axis will represent the price. Okay, so quantity, it's not limited to number of unit, but it can be of any unit. Okay, for example, 3 pen, 4 pen, 5 pen, and so on. Or it can also be in kilogram, 3 kilogram, 4 kilogram, 5 kilogram. Okay, it depends on the thing that we are discussing, right? And then for the price, basically we are talking about ringgit Malaysia, okay, or in whatever currency that is relevant to the discussion. Okay, once again, the horizontal plane or the horizontal axis represent the quantity, and the vertical plane or the vertical axis represent the price. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, the demand function will have negative slope. Okay, because this is backslash, right? So this means m is negative. Alright, so whenever you see this kind of graph, and then let's say you are asked question like, is this a linear, is this a demand function or a supply function? Okay, when you are trying to determine which function the linear graph represents, you will look at the slope. If it's backslash, this means negative slope. So when it's negative, that means it's the demand function. Okay, and when the slope is positive, basically this will be the supply function. Okay, because for supply function, you can think of the concept, that means of a supplier. Okay, that means when the quantity increase, the price will increase. Okay. Another thing that is important for this course, for both demand and supply function, will only be considered in the first quarter I'm sorry. Okay, so the demand and supply functions will only be considered in the first quarter of the plane. That means we will only consider for positive quantity and positive price. Alright, the same for supply function. Okay, next we have when we have this kind of graph, okay, whether it's horizontal or vertical. These two are actually constant function, right? These two are actually constant function because for this m is 0 and for this it's undefined. Okay, m is undefined. Okay, and you can see here when the graph is horizontal, that means the price is fixed. Okay, the price is fixed. As you can see, P equals to A. So P will always be with the price of A. Okay, regardless of the quantity. Alright, and it would be interesting if you can find any examples that can be represented by this kind of situation. Okay, fixed price. Okay, find some examples with fixed price. Okay, and then in the next graph, as you can see, this is Q equals to A. Okay, regardless of the price. Okay, and this is also interesting if you can find examples that can be represented by this graph. Okay, and I look forward for your answers on during our Thursday class. Okay. Don't worry, I will remind you on this. Okay, and then in the next section, you can read the details in the notes. Alright. Okay, in the next section, we have equilibrium point. Okay, equilibrium point is basically you will apply the concept of the intersection point to find the equilibrium, quantity and price. Alright, and you can try to work on example 18 and example 19 and you are free to use whichever method that you are whichever method that you are familiar with, whether it's substitution or elimination method. Okay. Okay, so once again, equilibrium point is just an application of the intersection point that I have explained earlier. Alright. I think that's all for this video. In the next video, I will explain on cost, revenue, and profit, and break even, and that will be the last section of this chapter. Alright, thank you.